live. I'm Savage Squishy 86, and we are back. I had a good hearty meal, and I got some fresh coffee, and I decided, you know what? I want to keep going. So I'm probably gonna shoot myself in the foot for this, but essentially this is my main antithesis of my scope and essentially what I want to do. So I have pretty much already got myself started with not the Nightmare Frontier, but we are in the cursed, rotted Chalice dungeon, the Isu or East Chalice dungeon, whatever you call it. Essentially, I've got a little bit of a legwork in to sort of clear out the side area, so I got a little bit of a head start here, thankfully. Not much in the way of threats, but there was a significant number of them that I ultimately was able to undermine and make good on that. So essentially, that is the scope of what I was doing. But as you can see right away, we'll go on in here, just grab these resources, silver bullets, blood vials, pebbles, everything that potentially that was here. I did not pick up. I made a measure of just cleaning up shop before rushing through. So essentially, I think I'll probably do this again in the future. Maybe with the next time I decide to pursue a Chalice dungeon, just so I could get right into the fray of it and get to work. But yeah, there was several of enemies in the form of mainly just generic ghoulies and the occasional one-time brain sucker, which we were able to dispatch. Out here in this path, we obviously found a chest. I did not open it, but this is essentially over the hallway that we were just in. Inside we'll find 2 ritual blood, and then we will make our way back down the hall and in the direction of the other passage, which we went the opposite direction in. So right away, head right and into this passage here, where we took down 2 dogs and a ghoulie with his own weapon, to say the least. Obviously, there's some pebbles here we can't grab. There is our ghoulie friend. There is also the dogs that we've dispatched. Quicksilver bullets on both these bodies here. Obviously, this passage is going to lead us to where the brain sucker is. Now, we will not be really worrying too much about skin blood lickers, but in this case we have a brain sucker. Luckily we got rid of them. So we're going to open the coffin and get this piece in the form of the eye rune. So essentially the eye rune basically will be the third and final item where we can get really powerful additional discoveries. So essentially you could equip this and find more. If you're a person, go ahead and put that eye rune on. Find proprietary of items, maybe even more powerful items that you would otherwise not be able to get without some help, like fire paper, bolt paper, shaman bone blade, to name a few things. So essentially we'll go ahead and rush on through here and head back to the main chamber and to our first Chalice dungeon boss. Now again, this is a cursed Chalice dungeon, so this is going to be a bit prolifically a little challenging, but nothing that I don't think we can't really manage, essentially in that sense. So we're just going to go ahead and head into the main chamber here, light the lantern, and immediately head into the next area. Entering this hall, we will obviously see there is a number of dogs. There's also a celestial emissary, I believe, in the distance. Take a closer look. We have some celestial emissaries, we have dogs. We have a ghoulie, obviously, with our attention, so we're obviously not going to want to rush this. I do not want to repeat the last stream with those mistakes. So essentially, we're going to just get these guys' attention. I took the liberty of equipping a more powerful fire rune with our saw cleaver, so we have an added layer of power to our weapon that will make us that much more damaging. The door to our exit is directly ahead of us, so we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. But first, we're going to cut down this asshole and get him out of our way. Obviously, pay attention to the ghoulie over there. possibly going to throw some poison knives at us. Using his aggression against him is the best thing you could probably hope for. Obviously here we have poison, it looks like. Nope, not poison, but it is viscous. But we have a door here, so we're going to open that door up and get inside. And here it seems like we have mainly a tunnel access going down. But over here we will have some more pebbles, which we will take advantage of. Ladder, I don't see a ladder access, so it looks like this is a straight shot down. I'm not sure I really want to drop down there. If I go down there, I won't be able to get back. So let's go ahead and continue our search up here. Pay very close attention to the ground for any notes left by other players, as they may potentially avert you from getting caught in one of their traps, which will port you away. Remember, celestial emissaries are weak to lightning, so you could use your Tantris, or if you prefer, just go ahead and equip some bolt paper. Dead. Knew it. So much for me taking my time. But it's okay. We're just starting, so we can bypass the side area altogether now and proceed with the next stage of the main area, which is essentially what we want. So let's give this dance one more try. I really do hate the dogs being so quick on their feet with their action. Oh, shut up, dog. So we'll go ahead and light the lantern and get right into the next thing. Welcome, new viewer. I grew impatient. I decided to give it another go. So right away we're gonna go ahead and get our little mushroom friends here. There's our echoes. I am not dying twice to your ass. And that'll take care of him. So right away we're going to head down the stairs here. It looks like this is our access point. Again, like I said before, I died. Let's keep your eyes open for any potential spells that may teleport you away. Obviously we got a beast-possessed soul here, so we're going to sneak up on him and get the drop on him from the rear. It's amazing how incredibly asleep this guy is. It's like you don't hear me walking up on him. So with the beast-possessed soul dispatched, we will grab a cursed, tempering, damp blood gem to our benefit. Inside here, it looks like we have a brain sucker, but I cannot tell if it's a hooded one or a regular one. Looks like it could be a regular one, which is good for us. So let's get this guy a nice exit. So once we dispatched him, he'll drop us a Cursed Tempering Blood Gem, and now we can open the path. Now, there is obviously the way that we were looking down here. I can't believe I didn't see the Beast Pizza Soul down here. I'm kind of surprised by that. He must have camouflaged really well because I didn't see him till I got down here. Oh, we do have blood. Okay, we do have. I guess we do have blood liquors. So we are going to need to equip our Holy Moonlight Sword. And we will get the drop on this one. Easy work. And a Cursed Damp Blood Tinged Gem. I love it. Beautiful. Couldn't be more happy about that. So, once we have opened up the gate, we're going to head right on in. And we will have an undead giant. Really dangerous to fight this guy. Oh! That's goddamn ball and those goddamn chains on his back are dangerous. That's what makes him so dangerous to fight. Unlike the cannon one, this one has got virtually protections from every single side you potentially could think of. The Undead Giant is probably the hardest one you could face in the Cursed Chalice dungeon, largely because of the fact that his attacks are massively damaging, but they have such an area of effect. I mean, the chains effectively are the biggest things you need to contend with, and it's rather frustrating to try to avoid them when it's very difficult to do so. But as you can see, it's evident that the damage, the power that it represents is it's without a shadow of a doubt probably one of the most frustrating aspects of facing one of the church giant with the club. Now, unfortunately, I'm a bit at a disadvantage here because I don't have the Molotovs anymore to keep my distance and do effective forms of damage. So I'm going to have to try to get creative with my methods. And he just killed me again. Just like that. I mean, that's just fucked. That is just so fucked right there. I mean, I guess I should be grateful I got my echoes back, but still. I mean, this is a tough customer to fight in a Chalice dungeon with Cursed. I think the best thing I can hope for, really, at this present time would probably be to use the Simon Bowblade, but I'll probably do this within reason, because the Bowblade is... I don't know how much damage it's going to do. I mean, I still think my Holy Moonlight Sword may be my best bet. I'm going to definitely change my hat, though, get the extra 20% physical protection. And I'll probably do the same with the Decorative Hunter Trousers. Physical damage protection is essentially what you really want to worry about right now at present. So... let's see how much damage this does. I got fire damage on this weapon too, so with that special rune. Damn it. I'm gonna have to go back to the Hunter's Dream and get a resupply because I am definitely not gonna get this guy up close. It is too dangerous. I can't afford to get close to him. No, oh, hang on. I didn't... You hate the cold? Say no. I didn't know that. it makes you feel any better, I got a lot of furs in my bed you can come cuddle in. With lots of beasties, unfortunately. So we have to get some resupply on the Molotovs. This is Arctic weather, unfortunately. This is what happens when you fuck with the ecosystem of the planet. Do I believe in global warming? Absolutely I do. The planet's trying to fix itself. Oh, you'll get plenty of that. That is an absolute guarantee. So let's get back into that dungeon and get our echoes back. I think now we can easily get the advantage of taking this asshole down, provided we're lucky enough. I think the only one I got on my bed right now is my maniac cat. Devil Kitty is in the hallway. Of course it would. Stop it. I'm trying to focus. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I see what you did. You're trying to get me all twisted. Stop it. So we're going to get back into that fight with the undead giant. I just wish I had more powerful gemstones, because the Simon Bowblade is not up to full power yet, and the gemstones it has aren't really strong enough, but for now, they're going to have to be. Sure you are. Sure you are, Mel. Sure you are. I'm trying to focus. Stop it. So I am going to have to get I'm going to have to get every possible option on the table for keeping my distance from this son of a bitch, because he is clearly way too powerful to get close to. So I am going to definitely get him poisoned right now. That's about a third of his health right there, so that's good. That'll slow his ass down. Alright, he is poisoned. Now I'm gonna wear him down with throwing knives. Asshole. Actually, you know what I want to do? I think what I'll do is I will also get oil urns out. This will amplify the damage he takes from my fire. So, one oil urn, one Molotov. Not really enough to really hurt him in volume, but enough to slow his ass down. No matter, big boy, does it hurt? It looks like it hurts. Oh, that was close. I don't even see where the hell he hit me with the club. Come. Oh, I don't know. That was the shits. Oh, that was the shits. That was such the shit. Ah, son of a bitch. God damn, I forgot. I forgot how tough this son of a bitch is. He has such reach, and it doesn't even look like it connects. That's the worst part. It doesn't look like it connects at all. All right, I need to. I'm. All right, echoes. See, he tried to do it again. He gets within an arm's reach, and then somehow he's able to close the distance with a huge ass swing like that. It's not so, and it's, what's deceptive about it is the ball and chains. They can literally the balls and chains hanging from his back. They're very deceptive. Son of a, you are a cheeky son of a bitch. I suppose I should be grateful he doesn't come launching across the room like a fucking, like he's fucking Tarzan or something. Yep. God almighty. Stop smirking, Mel. I could feel you smirking at my frustration. Oh my goodness. Alright. Resupply again. Matter of fact, let me see if I got anything better in terms of... I should have something in terms of gemstones that might be a boon. Of course you don't. Ever the innocent. So, let's get 10 more Molotovs. 10 more urns. 20 more throwing knives. 19 more poison knives. 6 stones. I'm gonna see if I got anything that will actually take this fucking weapon a little further, because I definitely need something. I could use the Holy Moonlight. I might actually go back to the Holy Moonlight Sword. It just seems like it's my better option at this point. Because the power this thing is putting out isn't near... It's good, but it's not enough. Okay, here we go. Now we got something. Look at that. Physical attack 23.1, added attack 7.8, attack versus beast down by 10.5. But I still don't really have anything better than that. So, effectively, I mean, that's a little better. Let me see if this can... If this has got... No gemstones for this will take that further, so I need to I think I'll just stick to what I have going for me. If I can keep my routine... Actually, I'm not going to change my rune stones yet. I don't want to change I don't want to change my runes yet. If I could avoid changing my runes, that'll be a benefit to me. Because then I can get a huge payout of echoes from this big bastard. Which he better pay a really good sum for this bullshit he's put me through. I think the best thing I can do is get a huge amount of damage on him early in the fight, which will provide me a measure of source of getting a little bit more damage on him later. So do the most damage I can do to him now, up close, and then go from there. So first thing I'm going to do is get my damn echoes back. Alright, boy, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. If I can get him down to half, that'll be great. Oof. Come on. Alright, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. God damn it, man. Not even being behind the columns makes me safe. My goodness. Oh my dearie. Oh, come on. How do I miss him? It goes right between his fucking legs, and it misses him completely. Fucking hell. Thank goodness for small favors. Cursed damn blood gem and almost 200,000 blood echoes. Man. What an asshole. So we got through that donkey. Now we can get on with the rest of it. So we'll go ahead and light the lantern and head down the elevator to the next dungeon lair. So we're in lair level 2. Definitely gonna switch my weapon again. Sounds like we got a brain sucker close by. Keeping my eyes open. I don't want to get my brain sucked. Of course I would get clipped by that pissant. Well, at least I got a resupply of Quicksilver bullets, so Motherfucker. Asshole. Ah, okay. Looks like that's another... Looks like we got a side area here, so I will leave some coins here. It's probably a blessing that I got killed, because ultimately I was going to be hurting for quicksilver bullets anyway. You know, Mel, you know, not for nothing, but why is it every time when you're around, I get the feeling that you are, like, literally putting a hex on my performance? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you were watching earlier and you kind of did the same thing, just saying. I'm just gonna walk right up behind these assholes and get rid of them. Sounds like something you would be in the position for, huh? Begging for it to end. More or less. Don't ask me. I just don't ask me. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying, abstractly thinking out loud. So once we, oh, hello. Well, I am, maybe, kind of, sorta. Oh, this guy's above me, and he's gonna take shots? Okay, I got you, cuz. I'm gonna go find you. In here, we'll find some ritual blood, and then also through this one as well. With your, you know, I think ultimately you would be, I think you'd like me too much to really hex me, just saying. I mean, my birthday just came and went, and I don't think I had any hexes. I didn't get the sense of dread or omniscience that suggested I was in immortal peril as of yet, be it existential or, you know, circumstantial. So, hey, who knows? Ah, I'm hurt. Why? Why would you say such a thing? It was okay. Boring, otherwise, but okay. And damn witch. Cursed bolt, damp blood gem. And witch that I got rid of, so she probably gave me some eyes, or nope, in this case pebbles. Believe me, there was nothing you could have screwed up. I didn't do anything, I didn't go anywhere. At the very least, the highlight of my night was probably the fact that I got to sleep in really well. More or less. But that still begs the question, I still need a volunteer for my birthday spankings. Any chance you want to step up? Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. You misunderstand. You see, I'm not getting them. Someone's taking my place to get them. So that would mean you. So I don't know if you want me to use a belt. That would be just morbid. I mean, that would be like Hellraiser stuff. But hey, I mean, I wouldn't put it past you. You do have a thing for the macabre. I really can't wait to get that game either. Just mentioning that. I've been a big fan of the Hellraiser films for like ages. So I have yet to see the new remake one. I really want to see that. Now, listen. I might lose a paddle, or I might use my bare hand, or I might use even a crop. I don't know. I'm very improvisational. You and I both know this. I like to improvise. You know, you go to our local beauty salon, and I'm getting ideas when I see one of those really big, you know, like one of these really big flat end hairbrushes. It gives me ideas. So once we dispatch this enemy, we're gonna head over here and grab. And we got blood lickers here too. We got 2 pearl slugs. Oh, there's our boy. Hey, listen, old habits are hard to break, alright? You know, if it makes you feel any better, I actually really genuinely considered at one point or another leaving my life behind here in America and actually joining a Spanish monastery as a Franciscan monk. True story. Though I don't know how well I would do without gaming. I mean, I would have to be the gaming monk, I think. Wow, it is really hazy in here. I can't see a damn thing almost. Okay, in the distance, looks like we got 1 brain sucker, so that's a good thing. So let's get in here and hope there is just that. Now see, that would be a very difficult thing to do. I don't know. I would definitely probably stream. If I did stream, I would probably have to consider that maybe, just maybe, I could get the monastery some good buku money. I mean, hey, I mean, donations for my brothers would be a boon, I think. So I don't know. Maybe I could sell it. Maybe I could sell it to them. Yeah, I will absolutely get you some proper material. So right here, we're basically going to double back now. We obviously opened up the path leading out of this entry. So essentially, we're going to basically make our way back. We're going to have to deal with a number of blood lickers, so we need to be careful. You know, I actually gave considerable thought to shaving my head. Once. But you know, I don't know how well it would do. Largely because, well, then again, I don't know. If I'm moving to a Spanish monastery, it's going to be pretty warm there as is. But I think the biggest thing will be people getting used to me not having. I mean, people have a hard time adjusting to me not having long hair as it is now. So I don't know. It might be a very difficult sell to adjust to, for some people to adjust to me being bald. Okay, it sounds like we got something going on below. Oh, there we go. That's enough out of you. You're not killing me with 1 hit. I'm wise to your bullshit, brother. You know, it's ironic. If I actually did become a Franciscan monk, or just any kind of monk, you know, I mean, monasteries, I don't know. There's something incredibly tranquil about monasteries as opposed to chapels. But knowing my luck, I don't even think I would make it as a Franciscan monk. I think, if anything, I would probably be my friend Cliff. He probably would convince me to join the Church of Satan and probably have me as a sacrificial lamb. We've actually joked about that. Like, he would literally present me as a blood offering. And ironically, I think ultimately he would win because all he would have to do would be bait me with a really attractively alluring goth chick. And somehow or another, you always hear those. It's kind of like that meme. You remember I posted on Facebook many years ago. Goth girl leading some poor bastard into like an abandoned factory or something with Jack Daniels in her hand, and like then this is like says at the bottom, it's like, this is how you lose a kidney. Because literally that poor bastard would literally wake up 6 hours later in a tub of ice with a kidney missing, and the goth girl nowhere to be found. That would be my luck. Except I think the Jack Daniels would be gone too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would happen. Alright, I'm getting a little kind of turned around here. Everything looks the same, so let's get... Okay, here's our... Nope. There's our way out. Ugh. So we're going to head this way, and I think we're going to have a side area to the left. And yep, we do. So we're going to head into here and get... You know, Mel, if you're really freezing cold, I would recommend probably the best idea you could have is probably rubbing your chest. And yeah, not my best idea, but it's the best one I got for in cases of hypothermia. Well, that's always a good thing. Yeah, earlier I would say I was not really liking it. The worst kind of cold you could get is the kind where you have where you have no overcast. That is the worst kind you can get. Essentially because there is nothing keeping warm air to the earth, essentially. And all that super cold tropospheric air is just coming right down. And that is, in itself, its own terror because of that issue. Sure, shoot for it, doll. Alright, let's get this man beast, this soul out of here. Easy peasy. And then we got sedatives, and then what's inside this cart that we broke? Okay, we had 4 ritual blood that we crushed there. And then here, obviously, is our side area that was leading us back the way we came. So we'll head back the way we came now here, and then go from there in that fashion. So... bear with me. No worries, I got you. I'm like pulling it up right now. Oh, good Lord. Yep, that is nasty, nasty cold. That's Arctic. That's Arctic cold. That's that. But like I said, I mean, that is the shits. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, people think. I'm sorry, but you know what? Do I believe in global warming? I absolutely do. Because you know what? When I was growing up at my young age, we were not experiencing this kind of weather. I mean, that is horror. You know, I'm just saying, yeah, yeah. Nips are gonna cut glass like diamond at that point. Not even diamond. It's gonna cut it tungsten, like tungsten metal. Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I don't doubt that for a second. So essentially, it's the shits. I mean, I would never expect anyone to tolerate that level of cold. I mean, even for me, I wouldn't be out there, the cold doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm taking out the trash and shit in freezing Arctic temperatures, and it don't bother me. But this is nasty. You don't want to be out there in this kind of shit. So as you can see here, hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Shit. Phooey. So essentially now we have a brain sucker here. Now obviously you can see he has a hooded section on, which means he's going to be very keen for magic. So essentially we need to get him to chase us in order to get the advantage on him. But maybe if we're lucky, we can approach to his rear and get the drop on him. And looks like we're going to. So get behind him and bring home the bacon. So we got some quicksilver bullets from him, which is good. Let's open up the coffin and see what we get inside. Ludwig's Lost Holy Blade. That is awesome. So now we got another weapon off the playing field. So let's take advantage of that and go ahead and go about the manner of going in there and getting the bonus insight from that little exploit. So there we go. And then essentially we will go forward with getting ourselves back into it and going from there. So now that we've gotten that piece of business, we're going to go ahead and grab the Great One's Wisdom. Hurry back, hun. And we're going to... What is that on my controller? It felt like a hair. Over here we got a chest. Go ahead and grab the 2 mold inside the chest. Over here another chest. We'll go ahead and open that, and we will find inside Sage's Hair, which we definitely need more Sage's Hair for other Chalice dungeons. I also took the liberty of setting up another Chalice dungeon, Cursed Humerian Ill Chalice dungeon, which we will explore that later on. And we will go ahead and immediately head into here now. Very dark in this area, so just keep your wits about you. I can hear we have more of those little cretins upstairs, so we're gonna get upstairs and get them. So open the door. And here we go. There's another one right there. I'm gonna see if I can get the drop on him. That takes care of that one. Now this one. That takes care of that one. And now we can... I hear another one somewhere. Probably going to need to get my blue elixir out, because if this is anything like the previous one, this is going to be a real pain in the ass. Alright, that takes care of him. Got some quicksilver bullets. And then here we have another door leading what looks to be like into a dead end and down into a trap. So I really fucking hate it when those little deadfall... You can't really tell them, you know? You can't really see them very easily. So we're gonna head back up and get it back around to that position. Right there, fucker. And on this body, some more pearl slug. So lots of ritual materials here, that's great. I won't say no to ritual materials. Let's go ahead and climb down this ladder now. I don't think there's anything here we need to grab. No other doors. No other passages. So we'll take this hallway and see where it takes us. Carefully. Whoa, trap. Good thing I stopped. Some quicksilver bullets off this body, and obviously this dead sucker here ain't got nothing worth grabbing. So we're back in the main chamber here. And that obviously will take us back the way we came. I'm not interested in going back that way. Essentially, it's just a shortcut leading back to where we originally came through. So we'll head on through to our next boss. Hopefully it'll be a brain sucker. I'm almost certain of it. Yep. Oh no! Oh, I did not want to lose any of my insight. So we got a cursed blood gemstone, we got 2 bloodstone chunks, and we got 146,000 echoes, so that's good. Alright, one less boss. Down we go. So once we descend into this lair, we will have another side area, it looks like, to... Looking around, I don't see a balcony, so I don't see a side area, but this is... Oh, here it is. Right here, I ran right past it. It's on the left. So here we got blue elixir, pearl slug, great one's wisdom, pearl slug, and more sedative. Definitely gonna want to have a saw cleaver for this. I can hear dogs. Some pearl slug here on the right. I think I'm definitely gonna get... I'm gonna take a beast blood pellet and deal with some of these animals. So once we dispatch them, grab the sedative off the body, and we'll explore these levels one by one. Obviously, I could do the ground level first, which I probably should. So I may go back downstairs. I just wanted to sweep the second floors for any enemies, which obviously we've already taken care of them. So that eliminates them as a potential threat. We have another doorway going that way, but we have a cave and a chest/coffin here. Inside, ritual blood. Rats? Nope, dogs. Come on, dog. Good boy. Some sedative. Quicksilver bullets. Over here on the body, looks like we got some blood vials. And in the corner over here on this body, quicksilver bullets. Hate. Stairwell going up. And a tunnel going further in. And a brain sucker in the far back. Alright. I'm gonna hope that I can not avoid... I'm gonna hope I can avoid this, because I don't want to get killed. I don't want this asshole getting any of my insight. So, that takes care of that. And we got the coffin here. And inside this coffin, an arcane damp blood gem. Why is this not cursed? Now, obviously this is a stairwell leading up. This might take us back to the second floor. Ah, another one of the witches. Remember, that little bitch cost me a lot of wealth. So we got some pebbles there. That is obviously going to take us nowhere, but this will definitely take us somewhere. The upper level of this area, it seems. So we will navigate around, see what's up here, then make our way down to the second level. We have blood vials. And looks like here, another ambush that went backwards assed. Ooh, a beast-possessed soul. Three blood vials and some easy echoes. So essentially that is pretty much all we're going to find in this particular section of the dungeon, so we can easily make our way back now through this passage at the far back behind the stairwell. which is where we're going. Though I think I will make a return visit here in the event just to check and make sure that there are no blood liquors, because that would be a good opportunity to get some easy, really powerful blood gemstones. So I'll probably go forward and light the lantern, and then I'll double back just to check for those potential possibilities of blood liquors. I really want to get blood liquors as much as possible, because in this particular instance, we may luck out and get some really powerful blood gemstones. Which, you know, I'm not going to say no to that, because honest to God, you know, here you can get some really powerful blood gems, especially with it being cursed. So we're going to head back now and take another look. We obviously know there was a couple ghoulies, so essentially that is where we want to look. We want to look where we killed some ghoulies. So we essentially got one above us, and we got some in the lower labyrinth layers below. Clockwork. There you go. So let's go slow and see where this little bitch is. I don't want to take no risks. If I get caught, she'll fucking kill me. Alright, she's at the top of the stairs. She's facing away from me, so we're gonna make our way up and get her. There we go. Level 5. I want a 6. Give me a 6, lady. 5s are good, but 6s are better. They're the best. Do we have one in here? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't sound like it. Pretty sure the blood liquor won't be going after brain suckers, because their blood is yellowish. It's not red. So essentially they want blood that's flesh in a way. So we'll make our way up and around, and I don't think we're really going to find any more at this point. I figured that other one that we killed in the tunnels below would have been enough, but guess not. Maybe she's a picky eater. Alright, back to business. Let's go get that other Chalice dungeon open. So we're gonna right away head right into this next area. We already lit the lantern, but as you can see ahead of us, we have some numbers of threats. So we're gonna want to take these guys out one at a time. What an asshole. Goddamn trap. Something hit me. It must have been one of those. It was a fire. It was definitely a flaming arrow. That sucks. Oh, no, you are not. Give back my goddamn echoes. And we got a cursed tempering blood gemstone. Pearl slug. And a nightmare. There's another cursed tempering blood gemstone. Two mold. I am not taking any chances with these goddamn traps now, because they've already killed me once. A trap did kill me, right? Or was I hit by one of those assholes with their flaming sword? Thinks he's Saint Michael or some shit. Go ahead and get my Tantras ready. Oh, phantoms. Lovely. Just what I want to deal with. I want to see if I can't find a route around them. I don't want to engage them. They're obviously trapped in that room, so we're going to see if we can keep them that way. Some 2 mold. And we're going to head up the ladder here. Put on our lantern. Down this passage here, looks like it's a dead end. Quicksilver bullets. We're starting to get that we're starting to get that bulking supply of sorts that we've already have, so I'm gonna guess these assholes are on the other side of this door. There she is. Hello. Goodbye. So by dispatching her, we've dispatched the phantoms that she's created, and in turn, this asshole can go. There's another ghoulie right down there. I'm gonna take advantage of this and pick him off up here with my Simon Bowblade. Now, here we are. There's a brain sucker at the end. What kind of... Is he got a hood on? I don't think he does. 1 thrust and a pistol shot. Go ahead and open the lever, and then we're going to resupply with all the resources in this room, including the ritual blood. And I believe that is it. Doesn't look like there's anything else, just that. That's a bit underwhelming. So we'll head back out this way. And head back through this passage. I'm not gonna really worry about the quicksilver bullet back at the end. I'll just come back. I'll just fuck it and get plenty of it. Instead, we'll go through here. Obviously, we dispatched the phantoms, so we'll go ahead through here and open the way forward and see what they were protecting. Obviously, there's a chest here. Pearl slug, 4. And over here, another chest. Q mold, 4. He dropped quicksilver bullets, so I'm not gonna too worried about him. I'll probably have to come back and look and see if there's a fucking whatchamacallit, a blood liquor that'll be here, so I'll come back momentarily and look. But now the gate is open and we can move on. So as soon as we get here, we're gonna have a way forward. I'm curious to see what we'll get. And we will have Ebritus. So this is gonna get dicey. This bitch is obviously a bolt, so we're gonna need... Oof! Almost killed me. Oh, hello. Oh, he killed me. God damn it. Yeah, she's another nasty one. You know, if you have yeah, Ebritus, Amidala, the Blood-Starved Beast, and Carl the Dark Beast, the Loran Dark Beast, they're all potential problems in some format, so we'll have to contend this a little differently. So let's get ahead and get our bone marrow ash. Obviously that pretty much nixes our plan to get the freaking blood liquor, so we'll just have to go about it differently. Jesus, man. Really? You guys just don't give a shit, do you? Bunch of tryhards. So, okay, let's get back into this here. So, I don't think we can call for any help, so it doesn't look like that's going to be an option. I didn't see any old hunter bells. I could call for a help on the Discord, but I'm not going to do that. So, what we're going to do is we are going to effectively just go with the bolt paper, some sedative, probably going to use the flame sprayer. Effectively, we want to get as much damage on this bitch as we can. So I'm definitely going to go with the bolt paper and then just try to get as much damage on her until I get to the tail end of it. I can never get clear of that thing in time. She just bulldozes right into you. Instant death. Ebritis is tough because of the fact that she has such a huge reach around her vicinities. I mean, you essentially couldn't do more damage by hitting her in the head, but the downside is you leave yourself open to any number one of ways she can kill you in one hit. So we'll get her. It's just going to take us a hot minute. I am definitely not sticking around to fight you fucking guys. This is the downside with cursed Chalice dungeons like this, is the enemy's power is unparalleled in terms when you're trying to contend with potential ways of getting an advantage. Look at that. She just has immediate reach like that. And she fucking flattens me. Oh, I'm gonna kill this this octopus vagina face bitch. I'm gonna kill this bitch. I'm telling you, I'm gonna kill her. That's twice now. Her reach and her just a general, like, just a belly flop. She just drops her big fat head on me and kills me instantly. if this continues, I'll probably end up calling for somebody to come in and help me. But I don't want to waste the insight because who's to say they'll be able to stop her? Ugh. Come on, lady. Dead. I knew it. Oh, she didn't kill me. I thought for sure she did. Come on. Little bitch. And that's it. Thank goodness for that. We got a blood rock. Let's go. We got a blood rock and we got a cursed arcane abyssal blood gem. Fucking A. Let's go. That is awesome. Damn. That was actually worth it. Oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna get that much. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Wow, that was crazy. So let's go ahead and use these echoes here for 16,000.
Welcome home, good hunter.
And we'll go ahead and upgrade our power. So we're gonna raise our blood tinge a little bit. Maybe that'll actually make our weapons stronger. The Simon Bowblade. That'll be a benefit in the future if we have any other harder battles like that. So now we can upgrade a weapon. Now, what do we want to upgrade? I definitely want to do the saw spear. I mean, fucking hell, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad I got that. That is so good. Okay, so we obviously got an arcane weapon. Now we need to find an arcane means of using it. So, the Blade of Mercy? I think that would be the best option. it's got a triangular gem. It's meant for arcane elements, so why not? Adds rapid poison effect. So instead, we're trading up a tempering damp blood gem, which gives us weapon damage by 9.8%, added arcane effect of 31.5, and we're trading that up, and we're getting arcane attack up by 24.8, adds rapid poison by 3.4, and attack versus kin down by 12.2. Ah. Attack versus... I think I want to go with this gemstone. This is great. The problem I have with it is it has rapid poison, so can I use it for... I don't know if Chikage does... No, the arcane... Chikage doesn't do arcane damage, but the recoil... What does that do? Thrust damage. That doesn't do... I mean, maybe we could do... See, this is where it gets tricky, because you want to use the weapon specifically, you want to use the gemstone specifically with a weapon that's going to benefit the most out of it. So the thing I think I could see right now, probably it would use the most, would probably be the Amidala. That's really the only one I'm seeing that would probably use it to its fullest potential. I mean, I could put it on the Burial Blade. Let me try that. Let me see if the Burial Blade will take it on. Drops by 44 points in terms of physical attack, and it goes up. See, this is too bad, because I can't see trading up that much damage for an elemental factor of arcane energy that is not gonna drive home a heavy hitting attack. Church pick. I guess let me try on the church pick. Yeah, see, I can't see myself. I don't know if I can use that. I wouldn't even know how. I don't even know how to use it. For fuck's sake. Maybe the. I'm gonna try it with this. I'll try it with my Holy Moonlight Sword. I don't know if it's gonna really work out in my favor or not. It doesn't feel like it is. Adds rapid poison. I don't really want rapid poison. That doesn't feel like it really does anything. So I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I kind of wish it had like weapon damage, and some other elemental factors. Not really elemental factors, but like weapon damage. I think I like weapons, cursed gems that do like reduced attack to kin or reduced attack to beasts. I don't like ones that have HP depleting curses. Or weapon durability curses, specifically because of the fact that it basically means your weapon's going to break sooner or it's going to slowly deplete your health. I don't like those types of gems, essentially because they are so incredibly risky. And I just don't like playing like high risk, high reward styles. That's not my thing. So, I mean, I'll probably I'll experiment with it, but I'll probably end up running that Chalice dungeon again. albeit differently, to accommodate that measure, because I just can't see myself really making that work. So now we need yellow backbone. I don't know if I have enough for buying some yellow backbone. Let's see. I'll go ahead and buy 4. Multiple insight here. And I think over here I made the great Sinister Ill Chalice Dungeon, so that is pretty much on the table. And then over here I have a Curse Lower Loran with Fetid, Rotted, and Curse Offerings. And now I'm going to make a Isu Root Chalice Dungeon with Fetid, Rotted, and Cursed Offerings. And that will be the next scope of my challenge in terms of scale. I think the only one that I will do next will be the Sumerian Ill Root Chalice Dungeon. So, I mean, then we can honestly say, wholeheartedly, top to bottom, we have done all the Chalice Dungeons. So the only one that needs to be made is this one right here. So I only have 4 insight, so we will not be pursuing that for now. But what we will be doing is heading into the Nightmare Frontier. So let's get there. Now, as soon as we hit the ground running, obviously we will have a sinister bell-ringing woman in the area. We will have to dispatch her. If other player comes into the world to fight me, I am leaving. I am not interested in PvP. People can say what they want, but I am not really that kind of player. So I'm not going to really, invite that. But at the same time, I'm not going to go through the trouble of doing offline only, because otherwise it defeats the purpose of why I'm playing it live stream. So we're going to go ahead and do it the Nightmare Frontier and get right into that action. Oh, you know what? I gotta check and make sure my rune. I forgot to check my rune. I want to put on the corruption rune so I can get some blood dregs for this work. So, oh, I do have it on. Okay, go. So let's get into it. We're going to go ahead and just equip our saw spear. Right away over here we got nightmares, so there we got some twin sinister bells, twin bloodstone shards, but I couldn't read it because the damn thing was in my way. Get rid of this Loran beast. And then we'll jump over here, grab the lead elixir, grab the cold bolt blood gemstone here. Twin bloodstone shards and a gemstone. And we're gonna head up here just to make sure there's nothing we missed up here. I know there's usually gravestones hiding items of question. Goodbye, Beast Boy. So obviously the number one thing we're going to want to equip right away is we're going to equip our lead elixir. We're going to equip our bolt paper. And maybe some numbing mist. So that's essentially what I want to equip. So we'll go ahead and give that Simon Boat. We're gonna go ahead and give that Ludwig, the Holy Moonlight Sword, a chance though, because I want to see if if that will do the job with the arcane element. Obviously, there in the distance, we can see the hunter. Effectively, we want to get rid of these hunters first. So. Take some lead elixir. That's 2 blood dregs. And another lead elixir. And another lead elixir. So essentially, we want to get rid of this bell-ringing woman. There she is right there. So we're going to head out here. Ignore these threats for the time being. And instead head up here and dispatch the bell-ringing woman. Grab the blood vials off the body, and then what we're going to do is head back up here, go into this alcove first, grab the Madman's Knowledge. Originally where there was a rune, now most of your materials will be replaced with either Madman's Knowledge or something of the sort. But we're going to go ahead and exit and get those nightmares that we saw scamper away. We're going to give them the port back in the world. So right there is our target. Let's get him before he disappears. Oh, he got away, you fucking little asshole. Of course, I take a shot to stop him from teleporting away, and of course the little bastard gets saved by this little jagged rock that amazingly can block my shot, even though it clearly wasn't in dimensions. Here we go again. So, essentially, basically, this is what, you know, the best cheese method of getting these nightmares. Alright, now that we got the bloodstone shards from that nightmare, we can head up here and just check and make sure there's nothing else that we're missing. No other nightmares that we're missing. Down below we can see there's also other elements, other nightmares. So essentially we basically can just take our liberty of basically looking around and getting whatever we need. Now, before we pursue further along in that, we're going to go with we're not going down into the river. We are going to go the opposite direction through that cavern that we had that silver beast in. But before we do that, we got to jump across here. And up here, we will find more Madman's Knowledge as opposed to the lake rune that we found up here. So once we get up here, we can ditch the lead elixir now. and instead now proceed with going into this tunnel access here. Oh, before we go further ahead, though, I think we should probably make sure there's nothing else in that tunnel where we killed the bell-ringing woman. I know there's actually another item up there that we can grab. I just can't remember how we get to it. I don't think we can get to it from here. I think we need to be further up. So we're going to go back down and make our way around. I timed that perfect. Get rid of the forgotten one, or troll, or, you know, lost child, whatever the fuck they're called. Get rid of him. We have an item above us we need to get to. See if we can get up there without being bombarded by rocks. So effectively, here we go. And here we get a cold blood flower bud. So here we have 2 threats. There's a nightmare right there we can get to. Let's go to get him. Oh! And here comes another one. He's going to drop down there. We're going to take cover for a minute. We got this motherfucker across the way throwing rocks at us. Oh my god, I'm behind cover and he still gets me. That's incredible. Grab the bolt paper off the body. We're going to have to leg it the other side of the... We're going to have to leg it to the other side of the canyon. Heading across this upper ground. Dickhead. Swamp Thing wannabe. So pretty much, I don't know if there was any nightmares. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think so. I mean, especially if we're being bombarded by rocks, I doubt they're going to give us the measure of issue if we had the chance to look around. So head over there, grab the lead elixir, and then head up the slope here. We're going to open up that shortcut. Here's a nightmare. I can hear him. There we get some bloodstone shards. Then we're going to double back. Up here, there'll be another one. Motherfucker. Cheeky little bastard, isn't he? Once he killed him, you get the twin stone shards. further along the slope here. I don't think there is anything else we can really get up here. I'll give that guy a note because he actually was brazen enough to go over there and set that note up. I'll give him a good rating for that. That was actually cheeky. So now that we're up here, now we can navigate our way across this upper part here. Obviously, there's patches of spider there. Cheeky bastard. And then here we got a forgotten one there. A madman's knowledge on the body here, so we got that now. Pretty sure I'm not really liking this arcane gemstone, so I don't know. I'll have to give it more time. I'm not particularly feeling it. Grab the Frenzy Cold Blood. I'm pretty sure I heard a nightmare somewhere, but I can't recall. So I'll have to probably check for that later on. I'll do that in my own time. But heading out here. Probably want to use my binocular. I'm really leery because that asshole's sitting up there on that damn hill. I don't want to give him too much of a reach. And that fucker can throw, so. Alright, there's an item there, an item there, an item there. Nightmare there, so there's what I'm looking for. He actually survived. Probably gonna put on my white church outfit. So that pretty much is that. I think I'll double back now a little bit. Matter of fact, I think I'll go ahead and exit and then see if I can get any nightmares to spawn just in case I did miss any, because I'm pretty sure I missed something. I think I heard something a little ways back, but I cannot be sure. So we're gonna get them to port back in and see what we get. I've already killed most of the enemies, so there's no chance of them respawning. Unless I die. So we're gonna head back this way and get some blood bullets. You know, that's the one thing I kind of wish that this game had, was I kind of wish they had I don't know. I don't want to say a shop, but I would say probably a messenger bath here. That would have been handy. Just because of the simple fact of, you know, you're basically having to mitigate your way all the way the hell back to the Hunter's Dream just to get resupplies of medicine and stuff. But downside is when you come back, all the enemies you've dispatched and wasted those resources dispatching, they're all back. So it's kind of a bit, I don't know, shifty? I don't know. That's just my feeling on it. Go ahead and get my binocular out and make sure I'm not missing anything, so I can usually see these nightmares pretty easy from a distance. I don't think I see any. So maybe there's nothing. Maybe I did hear something. I'm hearing shit. So essentially we'll just go back the way we came up here. I could go down there and have Patches knock me on my ass into that little pool vat, but I don't want to do that yet. Instead, we're gonna go up here, grab the blood vials. There's the nightmare. I knew I missed one. I knew it. 2 bloodstone shards for our trouble. Worth it. And that will take me down that path. Take a quick look on, just make sure. So we got 2 squid things there. Couple squid things there. I don't see any nightmares. At least in terms of distance-wise where I can view them. So I think the next goal will be for me to navigate my way up that cliffside. I'm going to use a shaman bone blade to get this asshole to attack them. If I'm lucky, he'll start throwing boulders. That's actually a nice little trick that somebody told me in the Discord would be handy, especially with clearing the enemies out. That way I don't spend an undue amount of time down there with the poison. So now that we got that, pretty much that nightmare taken care of, now we're gonna put the bone item to work on this guy. I'm hoping it works. I've never tested this before, so this is gonna be a new thing for me. But if I'm right, the Shaman Bone Blade will actually turn him on the squids below, and he'll start attacking them. Ooh! Wow, that actually did work! Let's go! I'm gonna try that again. That's another one now. I think that was a nightmare. Come on, buddy. Don't disappoint me now. Got one more to get. Doesn't look like it's gonna work. Looks like he got all the ones he's gonna get. That's disappointing. But at least now I know that little strategy works, so that's good. That's awesome. Alright, so... takes care of him. Well, now we pretty much are up here. I think we probably can want to see about if we can do any real damage with Simon's bow blade. Wow, I didn't think he could reach that high. Let me see if I can get him with a Molotov. I'm really low on poison protection, so I essentially don't really want to do more than I absolutely have to. Bloodstone shard. Trying to find where those other ones were that he killed. They would have dropped something if he, I would think they would have dropped something, but it doesn't seem like they have. I could hear my favorite girlfriend ahead of me, which is basically the Garden of Eyes, so we're going to need some sedative. I do not want to go down there. Bloodstone chunk. Alright, so let's get on Dejurin's outfit. Hi, girl. Listen, we gotta talk, okay? Oh, that was close. We got a Cursed Tempering Blood Gemstone, level 2. That was too close for comfort. There's our next nightmare there. Over here, there is a body, and we will find Madman's Knowledge. There's a crevice down there. We could drop down. We're not going down there, though. It'll take us right into the heart of this nightmarish mess of the Garden of Eyes and God knows what else down there. So grab the Bloodstone shards off the nightmare, then navigate down here along the cliffside. Be careful, do not fall. Grab the lead elixir off this body back here. You can hear that bitch is right below us again. Bloodstone shards. Madman's Knowledge. Don't worry about the nightmares. If they get away, we'll be coming back. We really want to get to it. We really want to get that back, that other area open, this shortcut, so we don't have to go through all that nonsense again. Once we dispatch the beast, the Loran beast, we're going to head up the slope here, just like we did the last playthrough. And inside, we will find the elevator mechanism that will take us up. Now, we're going to go ahead and put our white church outfit on again. And we're gonna head back up this slope here, get that shortcut, and then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna have a little cutscene with Patches knocking us down there. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to get the closest items in the area at this particular time. And potentially that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Obviously, we're going to get knocked down here. Obviously, we're going to be pretty much vulnerable. But I'm doing this specifically because I don't want to have to go down here again. We got more antidote, so that's great. We're going to need it. I effectively want to get through this area, this particular area, so that we don't have to deal with this nonsense again. I want to get the nightmares if I can help it. Okay, so 2 of the nightmares got away. That's fine. We're gonna come back. So we're gonna exit out. We're gonna come back in. The nightmares are gonna be back. The enemies in this area are gonna be dead. Essentially, at least those enemies. And then we're gonna continue with getting to the back. Once we get to the back, kill the Garden of Eyes, get the items in this particular area, we're gonna use a Bolt Hunter Mark to teleport back to the lantern, effectively opening the way forward like we have with the elevator now taking us on the far right side as opposed to going the whole long way around. We're effectively going to have all the items cleared out in the central and left side of the frontier, and the only ones we're going to need to navigate are the right side, which is the caverns, as well as the one area leading to the Amidala boss. So essentially I'm just, stretching as much as my time as I can with navigating this area. That's essentially the whole point of why I took this route. It's risky because I'm getting dangerously close to not having any health or ammo or medicine for that matter. Alright, so we want to put on the Durin's outfit. I'm gonna put so many of these damn outfits away when I'm done with this, because I'll tell you, some of them I just don't use. Come on, girl. Come get me. Luckily for us, we did that execution perfectly because we ultimately ended up avoiding that frenzy killing us. We got the messenger gifts there. I think that was the only thing back here we needed to get. I think that's the only thing left to get, so... go ahead and put our... Now we're gonna make our way back through here. I kind of wish the white church outfit slowed the poison down. It does, but it still feels like it builds it up way too fast. I'm not sure if that's a factor of New Game Plus, but... but we're gonna go back, and we're gonna kill fucking Patches. Because that dickhead has caused us way too much trouble. And standard size. Oh, there's another nightmare. Nope, where you going, buddy? Come here. 2 more bloodstone shards for us. And our last medicine has been used, so that's good. Now, we'll run back, take the shortcut up the slope, then make our way across that path, bridge-like thing, and then we'll kill Patches and get our asses back to the Hunter's Dream for an immediate resupply of resources, including medicine. Fucking dickhead. Fucking asshole had it coming. So once we use that portal, that, you know, paper, will effectively put ported back to this entry, which we will use to go back to the Hunter's Dream now. We can burn these echoes, we can get a resupply, we can repair our weapons if we have to, and then we can get ourselves situated where we can go in there. So let's go ahead and first let's repair our weapons. I think I am also gonna. I'm not particularly feeling the. I'm not feeling that gemstone on my Holy Moonlight sword, so I'm gonna ditch it, and I'm probably gonna find something a little bit more appropriate because that is just. It's not cutting it for me. Strength is not there, and I'm just not feeling it. So I will put this one on. It uses increased stamina, but I can get behind that. That's fine. I mean, it's just really too bad. I mean, I may run that dungeon again. I'll take a picture of the glyph code, and I'll run it again. But I am definitely not going to run and get that gemstone. But I'll do that off stream as well. So we'll go ahead and get everything resupplied: medicine, sedatives, Molotovs, oil urns, bone marrow ash, and especially the shaman bone blade. Oh, let's not forget to upgrade our power with the doll.
Let the echoes become your strength. Let me.
So we'll go ahead and improve our endurance, which will give us a little bit more of an advantage for poison protections. And we're gonna buy something. Let's buy some Molotovs. Lots of Molotovs there. Medicine. Sedative we'll want. And yeah, I think that'll be it. So let's get back into that little shit. Let's get back into that shit show. Not there. Up there. So once we get done with that, we're going to head right back out here again, and then immediately drop off into that little crevice there below. I obviously want to get through this. I want to get rid of this beast though first. so we don't have any surprises. Actually, there is one more thing I want to check out, because I think there was something I missed. When I killed Patches, I think there was an item I could grab up there, but I actually went the wrong way. So let me go ahead and get rid of these guys. I'm just going to go up there, then I'll double back. I just want to be sure. I don't think there is anything there, but I want to be sure. So we're going to head up to get rid of those beasts, get them out of our way in the event we have any surprises. Then we're going to head up here, around all these jagged, malinformed headstones. Up and across here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think there... Okay, nope, there wasn't anything here, so that was my mistake. Disregard that. I was thinking there was a hidden path or something that I was supposed to grab, so... But it's evident that was not the case, so we're just going to head back the way we came. Head for the elevator, the makeshift rock-formed elevator, and we'll get back to business of sweeping this area for resources and then killing the Amidala before we move on. And I think we're going to move on to Bergenworth. Right away we got a bloodstone chunk. I'm pretty sure there was another nightmare here, but I will check that later. I mean, if you have already seen them here, you pretty much know that they are innumerable in numbers. So, I mean, there's multitudes of them you could probably get. There's multiple ones you could probably miss. So essentially, you have to really kind of rerun it again and again and again just to be sure. Obviously, here we have a Bold Hunter mark, so we're going to exit out just for the sake of cheese. See if those nightmares are there. I never like leaving anything to chance, so effectively I like to try to get the cheese going enough to where I can actually get every possible edge of advantage I can get. So we'll get out and get right back in. Who doesn't like cheese with hard games? So right away, Alright, so I can hear one of those slimy bastards. I just can't see him. Probably behind that rock over there. So we're gonna go get them. No, over here. Here they are. So right there, we got rid of that one, and then back here we'll find some kin cold blood where we had a rune originally. Use some medicine, delay the effects of the poison a little bit longer. Obviously nothing here. Trying to keep my eyes open for that Garden of Eyes. Coming out this way. Pretty sure there she is. So cross your fingers. Here we go. Oh no, we're dead. We're dead. Ah. I really hate that fucking bitch. I really do. I really do. It's always the fucking Garden of Eyes that gets me. Couldn't be anything else. It's gotta be the Garden of Eyes. So, obviously we lost a lot of health. And we're down to 3 medicines. So we gotta go back and get some more medicine. And this is the part where I hate the fact there is no shop here. Because we're taking time away to go get medicine. Essentially, to go whatever the fuck. I'm definitely probably going to change one of my runes, though, and get some more frenzy protection, because that is probably the biggest thing I can do right now. I'm not really getting anything in the way of echoes here, so that probably should have been something I should have done from the start. So, we'll give that rune slow poison resistance there. And frenzy resistance there. So, there we go. Alright. Let's go try this dance again. I think I'm definitely going to put away some of those outfit pieces, because some of them are just, I'm not a fan of wearing some of them. Some of them are just not my thing. So let's get down there. Down, boy. Alright, sweetheart, I want my echoes back, please. Thank you. Goodbye. First Chimpering Blood Gemstone. Now I'll head over here. I'm not sure if was I in this room? I don't think so. I think I was. But I'm gonna be sure just to be sane. I know there's more here, I haven't found it yet. Alright, that's where alright, this is where I didn't come. Now I remember. I guess that other octopus thing went into the wall and didn't come out. I'm not gonna worry about, I got everything I needed now, so now I can make my way out of here. Oh, this thing dropped something over here. Thick, cold blood. Come on, fucking rock. Alright, now we're at the threshold of taking down the Amidala once more. Obviously, it goes without saying that same rules apply as before. Bolt works, fire works, thrust weapons work. The main target you want to go for is the head. I mean, everything you pretty much typically would have known by this point. You should know, and effectively, that is pretty much what we want to go for. So we'll go ahead and get bolt paper, bolt paper in this case, because we really don't need much else than that. Hunter's axe would be good. Threaded cane is actually my preferred one, but eventually those things will become. I'll get better weapons upgrades with the other weapons to basically take advantage of those. So essentially, that is what I will do later on. Easy work. Goodbye, baby. 145,000 echoes. And an easy access point right back to the Hunter's Dream. Our business here is done. Now, I could essentially pretty much pull the plug there if I wanted to, but I effectively don't want to go that far. Essentially, what I want to do is I want to keep it further going. So I think the next step I will pursue will be completing Bergenworth. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some resupply, and then we're going to head right to Bergenworth School right from the jump and get that particular path open. I said essentially I mainly want to do that for two reasons. One, because I really want to open the way toward the old Yarnum through the Yargul Unseen Village. And mainly I really want to get some more insight, and there's no better way of getting insight than just taking down bosses. And I know there's going to be stuff there that I can get right now that very well could be a benefit to me in the foreseeable future. So we're just going to head right there and get right into the action with that. So we'll go ahead and change all this. repair our weapons. And just get right to Bergenworth. Now, essentially, we've already pretty much, you know, set up the lantern there, so it's a straight shot right there. So we'll go ahead, put on our lantern, get our moonlight sword, because I personally love using that weapon. It's one of my favorites. The gate here is sealed from the other side, so we need to find the way around. They got me cornered, really? Fuck off of me, bro. Motherfucker. Go suck on someone else's brains. Goddamn insect. So, once we've dispatched that nonsense, we're going to head up here and get the drop on, hopefully, a brain sucker here to the left. Just keeping my eyes open for anything else. Oh. Looks like that's another hunt. I thought that was a brain sucker coming after me, but it looks like that is just a... another hunter. Get rid of him. And that will give us some Quicksilver bullets and some Madman's knowledge over here. Now we'll head down here. Get out of here. Stay down. Once we dispatch that one, we'll have another one. So once we've taken care of that little asshole, grab the great one's wisdom here, and then continue along, and we will dispatch this bug boy right here. And get that sedative over there. Oh, we forgot something over there. Let's go grab that. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Oh, more Madman's knowledge. So, hey, we're getting a lot of Madman's knowledge, not gonna lie. See, that's why I wanted to get here, though. So we're gonna head over here, open the gate so that we have an access point to the school's main sanctum. Head through here. Inside here. Head over to the chest. Open it up. Grab the pearl slug. Then also head further through here. Open the doorway outside, so we have another access point. And now we're gonna go ahead and equip our lead elixir. And probably the numbing mist. I don't think we'll need it. I think we'll ultimately have the advantage with this bitch. Oh, you bitch. Goodbye. Sorry, sweetheart. You're done. We got 3 blue elixir from her, so that's great. We're gonna open the chest and the student uniform. But before we head upstairs, we're gonna head across the hall here and then ascend the ladder. You get the conch shell or the empty phantasm shell. I'm not sure which is up here, but this is another relic we can get again. Item we can get again. Luminarium key will open the way forward out to Master Willem, who's out on the balcony taking in the sights, even though he's a vegetable with a mushroom growing out the back of his fucking head. Go ahead and open this, and inside the empty phantasm shell. Beautiful. Now we will retreat back downstairs. Not going to really worry too much about health quite yet. I don't think we're going to have that issue. But we are going to equip our Tantris and the flame sprayer as well. Open the Luminarium key. We'll talk to Master Willem, who will give us insight. Go ahead and kill him. Sorry, buddy, but you had a mushroom growing out the back of your head. The best thing I could have done for you was put you out of your misery. Grab the madman's knowledge off his body, and then jump into the lake. And then we're going to immediately engage Rom. Motherfucker's got a really hard heads, I'll tell you that much. I think I'm going to actually go ahead and equip the Tiny Tantris too, because I think that will be pretty powerful here. So, where are you going, Rom? Come back. You just got here, guy. Wow, that didn't really do a goddamn thing to him, did it? That's it for Rom. And with that, we got Kin Coldblood. And over there, obviously, we have the Queen Yarnum. What is this right here? Oh, this is one of the bugs. Huh. He ended up here. How about that? So over there, oh, what do we got over here? Something got dropped here. Interesting. Madman's Knowledge. That's a new one. So immediately we'll head over here to Queen Yarnum, and obviously, as usual, she'll be triggering the Red Moon, which will essentially port us back to the Yargul Unseen Village entrance, now accessible to us with the realization of that little piece of business. So now we'll rush in here and get ourselves into a position where we can actually progress through the Yargul Unseen Village. Get rid of the blood-created phantoms of villagers here. Get to the lantern. Essentially, I want to get a lantern built here so I have a way of moving forward from this point. Over here, around the stairwell, get the Frenzied Cold Blood. And there we have it. So this is pretty much where we're gonna stop at this point. We've opened up this path, but now we've actually got a new thing we can do. We have a number of new materials in the voice of circumstance. So essentially, we're gonna go and take care of some of them. A multitude of quest lines that are now completed. So, or at the very least, open to being completed. So,
Welcome.
We're gonna go ahead and get into
Very
the
well.
Blood Echoes.
Let the echoes become your strength.
Go ahead and we're gonna add endurance to that. Get our stamina up a little higher. Now we're also gonna use all of these Cold Blood materials that we've acquired throughout this entire time we've been playing that we have not used. Advent Insight, all the way up to 27. 31. Now, what do we need to make this Chalice dungeon? We need yellow bone, Sage's hair, and red jelly. So let's get the red jelly first. That's 10. That's 6 Sage's hair. And that's 5 yellow bone. I think we're almost where we have everything we need. Let's take a look. 1. We need 1. Ah! But it's okay, because you know what? We got those blood dregs we made. We actually got. So we actually can now get that Chalice dungeon made now. Which is awesome. We now have enough to make one of the most hardest Chalice dungeons around. With fetid, rotted, and cursed offerings open the way. And we are on the roll. Beautiful. Now, we're going to go ahead and repair our weaponry. And we're going to head... First, we're going to pay a visit to Central Yarnum. And pay a visit to Gilbert, who probably by now has turned or is starting to turn. So we'll see about killing him first. So here is Gilbert, now turned. So we will have Madman's knowledge from him. And we will go back to the Hunter's Dream now. And we will go to the Cathedral Ward. Oh, bear with me a moment. I have to check my camera to see about the status of the snow. It's not terrible yet, but I definitely do want to get out there and put some work in. I'll do that once I wrap up my quest lines, particularly for this particular faction. So, obviously this door has not opened yet. But we now have our way to Cathedral Ward. We now have our way to the Yargul Unseen Village open to us, so we can pursue that. So essentially what we're going to do is run up here. And get these guys out of our way. Now, the reason why I'm basically going up to this particular place is now the church servants are gone, but a new threat has emerged in the form of Aileen the Crow, who has now become a bit of a fruitcake with her killings. So, essentially, we're going to have to put her down.
Few hunters can resist the intoxication of the hunt. Look at you. Just the same as all the rest. The hunters must die. The nightmare must end. If only I could stop this madness.
So essentially now we're going to put Aileen down. So we're going to have to put her down. Now unlike the threat of the Bloody Canehurst Hunter, we're essentially more capable of dealing with Aileen. Don't really know what that is. Come on, cat. You gotta get me killed.
Beast cannot be stopped. What good are hunters now? Your blood is mine. A hunter's blood for me. Your punishment is death. Death to hunters! Enough of this terrible dream! You monsters. All hunters must die.
So essentially she basically just went fucking nuts. But when you take her down, you'll get a blood drag and a bold hunter's mark. If you don't get the previous entry of the quest line with the crow badge, essentially you're basically going to run into that issue where not really an issue, but you'll get the crow hunter badge then. So there's essentially two ways of getting it. One is basically by completing her quest line essentially the other way, and then obviously without pretty much in the way of explanation is basically completing this quest line this way. So effectively in that fashion, that is pretty much spot on in that capacity. So we've taken care of her now, so she is now out of the equation in every sense of the word. Now that leaves Dejurin and Yosefka, which Yosefka we can get to right now, but I want to see if I can get lucky enough to where I can do that at the tail end of the quest line. I'm not sure if we can do that now or not. We're going to have to wait and see. So essentially we're going to want to get ourselves down. I mean, we could probably go about... I think I will go seeing about getting to the next, the Yargul Unseen Village. I think that's the best thing I can do right now, is basically get into Dejurin. But in order to get to him, I have to complete the Yargul Unseen Village. I have not seen any real implications of enemies yet outside of that, so... I guess probably the next best step would probably be to go to the Hunter's Nightmare and effectively start the DLC. So I think that's where I'm going to go next, so... Let's get that opened up and get ourselves there.
Curse the fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
What is your deal, little devil? What is your deal, little devil? Hmm? So we get ourselves into the Hunter's Nightmare now. And we'll basically, I think we'll stop the stream there. We got the Hunter's Nightmare working. So essentially that's really the next big quest line I think we'll do is the DLC of the old Hunters.
What is it? Good hunter. Good hunter. Your presence, I said.
So we're gonna go ahead and buy a couple of resources here, see what we need. Obviously we got plenty of that. Medicine we replaced. And probably buy some bone marrow ash. I think the other thing I'll sell will probably be, obviously, the messenger's gift. And the empty phantasm shell. And basically I'll recover those ones from the storage here. And I think the other thing too is I'm going to store some of these goddamn items that essentially I'm not going to be really using for a minute until I get these other weapons upgraded. So I'll store the Lost Hunter Axe. I'll store the Uncanny Blade of Mercy, the Lost Rifle Spear, the Uncanny Stake Driver. Essentially any and all weapons that may essentially not really be the antithesis of what I'm looking for right now, at least for now. Beast Claw, the Chikaje, the Ripako. And now I'll do some with these other outfits. Obviously we don't need the Hunter's outfit. I'll keep the coats, I won't keep the, I guess I could keep the Hunter trousers. But these other items, I don't think I'll keep these because I don't really think these will really serve much else. Anything that I'm not going to really be wearing, essentially for the fight, will be essentially far removed, and I'll just be putting it away. Black church outfit, not likely gonna wear that. I'll keep the trousers, because I like swag a little bit. Harrow, no, I don't dress like a bum. Doom Prospector, maybe I'll keep that for the sake it has arcane protection, but the hood of the Argul, nope, not wearing that. Gold Ardillo, no. Executioner garb, no. Choir garb and outfit, no. Gascoigne's coat, I'll keep that. Gloves, no. Trousers, no. Brador's testimony, no. I'd like to dress swaggy. Knight's wig, no. No, no. Hat, yes. Canehurst helmet, yeah, I'll put that on. Nope. None of this shit. I'll dump all of these. Hmm. I could easily store these if I wanted to, but I'll keep these Chalice dungeons open to me just for the sake of it. But now I can honestly say I can easily change my outfit on the fly without such a having to navigate so much material. These are effectively the only outfits I'm going to really wear. I like these outfits. I mean, some of them some of them look good, and the other ones are just tactically efficient. So we're going to sell these outfits, though: the student trousers and the student uniform. And now I think we have enough to repair one of our weapons or fortify it. Actually, that's what I want to do. I want to fortify it. Beast cleaver, the saw cleaver is what I want to do there. And we'll go ahead and do the Amidala arm. And we'll do the repeating pistol and the church cannon. Got a lot of blood stone shards and more than we know what to do with, but that's okay. Repair it. What's our runes? We'll go ahead and put on our other rune. And the impurity rune. And that, I think, will cut it. For now. So, well, we got a lot done. We got 2 Chalice dungeons completed. We completed the Nightmare Frontier. We established our position to open the Yargul Unseen Village. We have opened up the Old Hunters DLC. We completed a numerous number of quest lines, particularly Aileen and Gilbert. We still have to find our way to Dejurin in the Old Yarnum. And we also have to find our way to Lady Yusefka to essentially get into her clinic, which in order to get there we have to navigate that cave. I bypassed that back in the Forbidden Woods, but we will find our way back there and we'll get into that. But essentially we have done a lot, a real lot. Pretty pleased with some of the DLCs, pretty pleased with some of the results of the material we've acquired, mainly some of the Abyssal Blood Gems that we got from the Cursed Chalice dungeons we ran, including the Isu, as well as the Loran. We got our last couple of major Chalice dungeons open to explore. And then essentially pretty much going forward with that, essentially we'll be pretty much setting ourselves up to going into the DLC of the Old Hunters, and then probably further into the Yargul Unseen Village. However, I think the next time when I do the stream, I think I'll do the Yargul Unseen Village, because I really want to get into Old Yarnum. The only way to get there is to get to the bottom of the Unseen Village. Essentially, now that is the way it is open, I can actually make my way into that area and make my way into that region of access. So it's pretty evident we're not going to be able to save Adiana, the Healing Church nun that was hiding out there, if you were captured by the Stature. But, you know, unfortunately, that's just one of the consequences you take with trying to get into there with the expiration of getting into Old Yarnum and getting to Dejurin. So essentially, that's what we really want to do. And pretty much just go from there in that fashion. So pretty pleased with it. Glad we did that. Probably could do a little bit more, but I've got to get outside and do some shoveling and then essentially get myself at least a little bit more sleep. I had a brief nap. I had a good, healthy eating of some chicken, and then essentially basically went from there. So I hope everyone finds this to your benefit and was rather amusing. I don't know where you went, Mel, lovely, but I hope you're okay, and I hope you're staying warm. All right? Stay safe. All right? But as far as the rest of it, I'm very pleased with it, and I can't wait to come back and do more because we're so close to getting through this section, especially this playthrough. And as you can see, I mean, it goes by so fast. I mean, we're already almost near the end of the second run, and I did say that that was pretty much good. So, what's up, Karan? How you doing? Uh, I'm good. I'm good. Just wrapping up my stream, brother. I mean, if you want to wind it back and catch up on all the action, any input that would probably be of benefit to you. So hopefully you enjoy it. But that is pretty much all I've got for now. But next time we get on here, I think I'll run the Yargul Unseen Village and then probably go into the scope of doing the DLC of the Old Hunters, essentially. You don't necessarily have to run it, but the way I think of it is we pretty much are going to be running with it in a sense of effectiveness with just basically going into that fun. At present, right now, I'm using the Moonlight Holy Sword as well as the Rifle Spear. They're probably my most powerful weapons thus far, so essentially that's what I'm using right now. But it kind of switches up depending on what my enemies are, because I like to switch my weapons on the fly if I'm facing beasts or kin or bosses, whatever the case may be. But effectively, I'm very pleased with that. So thank you very much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or curiosities, leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. And the next time I catch you, we will be hitting up the Yargul Unseen Village, the Old Hunters DLC, and hopefully wrapping up our major quest lines of Yusefka and Dejurin, getting into the old Yarnum from the back to effectively get to Dejurin and talk to him without him trying to kill us. And then obviously getting into Yusefka's clinic, which is sealed, but in order to get there, we need to go through the Forbidden Woods. So I will catch you next time when we continue this on our second playthrough and finishing our second run of Bloodborne. And I will see you guys next time.